the end of this video, I'm gonna give you the biggest update that I've had yet for trying to build my first backpack. And this update is gonna come along with a huge vote, which I'm gonna need your help with. In the meantime though, I just got back from Vietnam where I was visiting a ton of factories. I took a bunch of footage. I can't wait to show you. But first, we finally settled on a new brand name. Let me quickly tell you about it. Chapter 1, new brand name. Meet Fyro. That is correct. This guy right here, baby. Now, if you're on the email list, you already know this, but I just want to give you a quick backstory for why we ended up picking this name. It was actually our graphic designer Pablo's idea. He brought it up on a call to me when we were discussing possible names. After a few weeks of doing research on the domain name and trademarking and all that, I knew that Fyro was the right call. Fyro is inspired by the passion in your life, to follow whatever sets your heart on fire. And it's literally everything I want the brand name to be. But I'd love to hear what you think about the new name. Let me know in the comments below. Chapter 2, we are expanding our team. You see, for the past few years, I've been in contact with a gentleman by the name of Luke Reynolds. Luke runs BagMe, a production development company that's based on the ground in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. The dude's been making backpacks for like over 20 years for major brands across the world. His special sauce is working with designers to help them get much more effective results with their factories. And he also supports a lot of smaller brands and startups with quality control and product development. So a few weeks ago, Luke reached out to me and he was all like, "G'day, mate. Listen, you have to come out to visit me in Vietnam. We have to work on this project together. I can take it to the next level." Yes, that is my Australian accent, and yes, I know that it is perfect. But I was just like, hell yeah. So 2 weeks later, I was on a flight to Ho Chi Minh City. I landed in Vietnam, got on a motorbike, and went with Luke to one of the factories that he partners with. Hey guys, what's up? I'm in Ho Chi Minh at a factory called Kim Ta. We're about an hour and 45 minutes outside from downtown Ho Chi Minh. And Kim Ta, badass factory. They work with some big players. I'll show you in just a sec. Just want to kind of show you how like a normal factory is set up, right? So you got two parts. You got right behind me, this is the sample room. And then you got over there, which is the production line. Let me break it down. So one really cool thing about this factory is they work with one of my favorite brands that I've ever reviewed, and that's these guys right here, Day Owl. Yes, that is correct. Luke is handling all production management for Day Owl. And he walked me through their entire production line so I can see how he is helping revamp their entire product line. And the cool thing is that Day Owl is basically rocking this entire production line, right? From beginning all the way to the end right there, different colors. And each person is working on a particular aspect of the bag. It was just really amazing to see Luke and his team in action. They literally dissect the bags piece by piece to make it as light, durable, and sexy as possible. So you can see right here, this handsome gentleman, we're working on shoulder straps, right? So he's taking the shoulder strap, putting it over this apparatus, and then he adds the styrofoam, and then wait for it. Oh my God, is that not the most satisfying thing ever? And then he cleans it up, tidies it up, and voila, we have a shoulder strap. So after a few days of visiting factories, we visited like 3 of them, Luke introduced me to Immy, a designer that he works closely with. Immy runs Treehouse Designs, and him and Luke have a very similar sort of like outlook and mentality on how to make backpacks. Immy was coincidentally in Ho Chi Minh, and after the 3 of us were chatting for a bit, they're like, "Yo, do you want to make a paper sample of your backpack?" And I'm like, "My backpack?" They're like, "Your backpack." And I'm like, "Right now?" And they're like, "Let's do it right now." Paper models are really important because you want to make sure that you first nail the foundation of the bag before moving on to making an actual fabric sample. So Immy put together some quick drawings. I selected which direction I wanted to go on based on those drawings. Luke then took that and worked with his team member Lynn to make a pattern. And like 2 hours later, they printed the patterns and taped it together so I could see what the bag might look like. And I loved it because Luke sort of like ran me through the entire process so I could learn along the way.
So this is the back panel here. And this one is the sort of the dummy pattern piece. It's the divider panel from the laptop speed right now. You want this together before you got it. Place it right now.
And watching them put together the bag as it slowly started to take form was like, it was awesome. And we were in the zone. So it's 5 o'clock now. The factory, everyone's actually gone. You can see the whole production line. Everyone went home, but we are still working hard in the sample room trying to knock out this paper model. as fast as possible. It was just so cool to work with all these backpack industry veterans, bouncing ideas off of each other, and just the fact that it was for my backpack just made it, extra sweet. But unfortunately, I had to catch a flight back to Hong Kong, so we weren't able to finish the paper sample while I was there. But once I landed in Hong Kong, Immy, Luke, and myself, we jumped on a call, figured out a few more details, and then a few days after that, the paper sample was ready.
Now we need to resolve how this front pocket, the lid of this front pocket is going to be connected to this top, whether it's going to be in this seam. We'd talk with Immy about doing a couple of models, getting it into this seam.
Yeah.
Or having it up in this seam and a bit more three-dimensionalized over the bag. So that's something that's obviously going to be coming next.
And I was just so impressed with the entire operation that I said, yeah, let's do it. So Luke, Immy, and myself have now partnered up for this first Fyro project. Next up is an updated tech pack and a first sample. Overall, I just can't believe where I'm at right now. I have an entire team of backpack making professionals that are helping make my dream a reality. If you want to learn more about BagMe, check out Luke's YouTube video in the description below. And remember, if you want an even deeper behind the scenes look at this entire process, you're going to want to join the Nomads Nation email list. And you can find a link to that also in the description below. And chapter 3, we are pivoting and it is time for a vote. You see, a few weeks ago, I announced to the Nomads Nation email list that I was gonna be developing 2 backpacks at the same time. The original 2-in-1 sling pack combo and a new minimalist backpack based off of the original sling pack design. John made the design for the new minimalist backpack as sort of a backup plan, but after a few days, I fell in love with it. It brought so much from the original design that we spent months working on, and I just knew that I could make something really special out of it. But on the other hand, the 2-in-1 sling pack combo was giving us some difficulties. And I was kind of realizing maybe it was a bit of an ambitious bag for my first bag. The concept really was bringing a lot of questions and it was kind of getting stressful, to be honest. So for all of those reasons, the Fyro team has decided to pause development on the 2-in-1 sling pack combo and to focus exclusively on the minimalist backpack. And I couldn't be more excited. Because everything about this EDC concept is freaking brilliant. The size, the expansion, the front admin panel, the lid, and a ton of other features that the dream team is working on that I can't announce yet, but all these things, we're gonna bring something really special to the table. Which brings me to the vote. It's time to vote on the newest backpack survey, where I'm gonna ask you about your size preferences, color preferences, pockets. There's a whole bunch of information. We're pivoting, into this kind of newer bag, so I need your perspective. So if you wanna vote, you gotta be a part of the Nomads Nation email list. If you're already on the list, I got good news. The link to the survey to vote, it's already in your inbox. Just go venture over, fill it out. But if you're not on the list, all you have to do is navigate to the description below and you'll find a link to sign up and then boom, the email will be sent directly to you. We're only a few weeks away from prototyping this new minimalist backpack. So I need your vote on materials, pockets, the water bottle solution. I need your help with that. Colors, all of it. So please vote in the survey or sign up to the email list if you haven't already, and I'll see you in your inbox. Thank you so much for following my building a backpack journey. My name is Aaron. This is Nomads Nation. And we'll see you next time.